Hello, welcome back to Fire Nursing Tutorial YouTube channel. In this class, we are going to discuss with varicose veins. We'll see the definition of varicose veins. Here, varicose veins are dilated, tortuous, elongated, superficial veins of the limbs. Here it is dilated, swollen or enlarged, and then tortuous. Tortuous is nothing but a full of twists and turns. Veins are full of twists and turns. And then elongated, superficially the veins are very prominent. This is called varicose veins. For example, we'll see the examples. Long saphenous varicosity, and then short saphenous varicosity, and then esophageal varices. Here, varicosity is nothing but it's a skin condition where the veins are swollen and also twisted. We can see the swollen veins and also twists are present, and they are often painful and visible under the skin. That is long saphenous varicosity, short saphenous varicosity, and then esophageal varices. Here are enlarged, swollen veins we can see in the esophagus. Next we will see the types of varicose veins. Here two types, one is primary and the one is secondary. Here for the primary it is causes idiopathic. And then here we can see this primary type that more common in women, and then lower extremities especially, and then strong family history, it is genetic related. And comes to the second type, this one is a secondary type of varicose vein, and then here it is due to previous DVT, that is deep vein thrombosis. It's a serious condition where a blood clot is going to form in the deep vein, typically in the leg or arm. And then other identifiable obstructions also due to that, and then also occur in esophagus, hemorrhoids, arteriovenous malformations. These are the types of varicose veins. Next we will see the causes for varicose veins. Etiologies: long hours of standing which increases the hydrostatic pressure of gravity. It is also one etiology for varicose veins, developing varicose veins, long hours of standing. And then family history, and then pregnancy due to aging, and then deep vein thrombosis. Oral contraceptives also may be the cause, and then obesity. These are the etiological factors for developing varicose veins. Next we will see the pathophysiology of varicose veins. Here any risk factor or it may be cause. Due to etiological factor, there will be the increased venous pressure. Due to the increased venous pressure, there will be the dilation of veins. Dilation of veins we can see. Due to that dilation of veins, there will be the valves stretched. Valve is nothing but which controls the flow. That valves stretch. Due to that stretching, incompetent valve. Because of that dilation, here valves lost their function, ability to control the flow. That is incompetent valve. Due to that, there will be the reverse blood flow we can see. Due to that, it leads to calf muscles fail to pump blood. Due to that, end result we can see venous distension we can see. Next we will see the symptoms of varicose veins. Here the patient comes with a dilated veins in the legs, and then they are minimal to start with, and at the end of the day they are sufficiently too large. That is because of venous engorgement, and then dragging pain in the legs we can see. Night cramps, that is due to the change in the diameter of veins, and then sudden pain in calf region with fever and edema of the ankle region. This suggests that deep vein thrombosis, and then patient can present with ulceration, eczema and dermatitis, and also bleeding. And then itching and skin thickness can be present. These are the symptoms of varicose veins. Next we'll see the diagnostic evaluations for varicose veins. Here history collection and physical examination. After that ultrasonography, duplex ultrasonography, and then venography, that is ascending and descending both, and then Trendelenburg's test, and then also multiple Tarifid tests. These are the diagnostic evaluations for varicose veins. And then next we'll see the management, treatment. It is conservative in asymptomatic cases. In asymptomatic cases, that is providing elastic crab bandage and then elevation of legs. And after that, injection line of treatment. In that, sclerotherapy. Sclerotherapy, here veins are punctured with a syringe that containing sclerosant agent. That vein shrinks. That is sclerotherapy. And then next, surgery, that is Trendelenburg's operation. We can suggest. This is all about the management for varicose veins. Next, we will see the important thing, that is complications of varicose veins. Here, bleeding, most common, and then thrombophlebitis. Here, blood clot will be present in vein, and then it's going to cause inflammation, phlebitis. That is thrombophlebitis. And then calcification. It's a process in which calcium is built up in the tissue, body tissue. That is making the tissue to harden. That is calcification. And this venous hypertension leading to venous ulcer. This is also a complication of varicose veins. That is venous ulcer. And then eczematic dermatitis, and then also pigmentation also we can say here. This is all about the varicose veins. I hope you all are very clear with the topic varicose veins. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. Thank you for watching.